Been a tough bullpen stay for the Orioles in Detroit, but they have been able to hit. And Eddie Murray's joining us for this series out in Detroit, and he's going to be on our pregame show. And Amber Theoharis is right there with Eddie. Good evening, Amber.
Good evening, Tom. Well, Eddie, we watched that game last night, 17 hits from the Orioles. So obviously hitting wasn't the problem, but hitting with runners in scoring position, getting enough runs. But Nick Markakis did. He had the 2 RBI homer, and you spoke during the game about having bad intentions when he swung. What do you like about his swing?
Well, last night he came out, and I tell you, I think he was trying to get some things done. His point of contact on the ball, I think it was a little further out in front of the plate, which means you're going to hit the ball with a little more authority. And that home run proved it, and that ball he hit through the first and second base hole there was hit very hard. But you could just see something about him last night. He was just keyed up, and I don't know why, but I tell you, I really enjoyed watching him swing the bat last night.
He's got a good knowledge of the strike zone, would you say?
Yes, he does. And, you know, the thing is and having a good strike zone, you know, you sometimes are going to be ahead in the count, and you just would like to see him take advantage of it a little more and try and make something happen.
Well, one guy that knows the strike zone, Miguel Cabrera, it seems like he doesn't wait too long to see too many pitches. He swings at whatever he likes. Miguel Cabrera, what makes him the all-star that he is in the career year that he's having?
Well, he had some problems last year, and I tell you, he's obviously overcome them. I think he's lost a little weight, but I tell you, he is just really just flat out hitting the ball as hard as anyone in the game right now today. And I tell you, last night it was like it was on call for a performance there. The fans were standing up applauding, and what did he do? He delivered with a 2-run homer there, and that was just really awesome to see. I really thought he was going to knock the scoreboard down with it, but this guy's hitting everything.
You look at what Miguel Cabrera is able to do in the middle of his lineup. When you look at the Orioles last night and the fact that they did leave 17 runners on base, weren't able to get the RBIs that they needed, do you feel like the Orioles, it was glaring that they are missing that type of a hitter? I know everybody can't have Miguel Cabrera on their team, but how important are those big boppers?
Well, they're important on every ball club, and I tell you, even when St. Louis won that one particular year, the World Series, they had a bunch of guys that stole bases. Willie McGee, you had Ozzie Smith, you had Vince Coleman, but they had Jack Clark sitting there. He could get them that 3-run sometimes when they need it. These guys, of course, they're missing it, but they're missing a good, somebody sitting in that middle of the lineup that can constantly drive in runs during the year.
And you need somebody that's going to instill that fear in the pitchers, and Eddie Murray is one of those guys. Thanks a lot, Eddie, for being with us.
Thanks, Evan.
All right, Tom, Brock.